You're watching Palm Wine Stories. Sit, relax, and enjoy a tale well told. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by hills and tall trees, there lived a young girl named Akua. She was born on a day when the wind blew harder than ever before, howling through the village, shaking rooftops, and scattering leaves like whispers. Her grandmother said, "This child is special. The wind dances for her." And truly, it did. As Akua grew, people noticed strange things. The wind always seemed to follow her. It lifted her braids playfully. It cooled her when the sun was hot. And when she cried, the skies often wept with her. But the village thought little of it until the day the storm came. A terrible storm, greater than any they had seen, came without warning. Thunder roared. Trees snapped. Huts collapsed. The villagers screamed and ran for cover. But not Akua. She stood still, barefoot on the red earth, her eyes wide with fear and something else annoying. She lifted her arms. The winds paused. The thunder stopped. And the storm melted away like a frightened animal. From that day on, the villagers called her the Wind Whisperer. When crops failed and the skies dried, they came to her. "Akua, ask the wind to bring us rain." When dust covered the village and heat scorched the land, they pleaded, "Call the wind to cool us." Akua listened, and the wind obeyed. But power, even in gentle hands, is heavy. She became tired. Not just in her body, but in her heart. Everyone needed her, but no one asked how she felt. Her laughter faded. Her joy quieted. And slowly, she began to lose control. One day, overwhelmed by sorrow she could no longer hide, she cried in the hills. The wind, tied to her spirit, grew wild. It tore through the village, angry and aimless. The people were afraid. Not of the wind, but of her. They whispered, "Perhaps she is no longer safe." Hurt and alone, Akua fled deep into the forest, where the trees sang and no one asked anything of her. There, the wind came not to serve her, but to speak. It said, "You are not our master. You are our sister. To lead the wind, you must first know yourself." Akua sat with the wind for many months, learning its moods, its songs, and, most importantly, her own. When she returned, the village did not cheer. They watched, quiet and unsure. But Akua no longer needed their praise. She had become whole. Now, she used her gift not because they asked, but because she chose. She taught them how to listen to the wind themselves, how to honor nature, and not only use it. And so, the girl who tamed the wind didn't do so by force. She did it by understanding. And the wind has followed her ever since, not as a servant, but as a friend. If you enjoyed this story, drop a palm wine emoji in the comments, subscribe, and come back next Sunday for more palm wine stories.